Welcome to this week's edition of the Idiot's Guide to Gaming.
Welcome to another edition of the Idiot's Guide to Gaming with me, Super Dave, and today we are checking out Rugby World Cup 2015. As the Springboks go on their journey to capture the Webb Ellis Cup, the guys at Big Ben Interactive and HB Studios give us the opportunity to go on this journey with the official Rugby World Cup 2015 video game, and hopefully our performance on the pitch will inspire the Springboks to come back home with the Webb Ellis Cup. In terms of gameplay, Rugby World Cup 2015 doesn't have a lot to offer because there are three game modes. There's the World Cup itself, a practice mode where you can sharpen your skills, and a friendly match mode where you can play with a friend or against the game's AI. Sometimes I feel like developers find it hard to strike a balance between minimal game modes and bombarding you with tons of game modes that you'll hardly play, especially in sports games. The guys at Big Ben Interactive and HB Studios have given us the bare minimum in Rugby World Cup 2015, and I feel like a Road to Rugby World Cup 2015 mode would have been a nice touch to the game. I understand that a very few countries in the world play rugby as a national sport, but it would have been good to see what countries like Namibia, Canada and Togo go through to get to the showpiece that's being held in England. Playing a friendly match against a friend is a fun way of introducing yourself to the game, as you both try to understand the game's complicated controls. After a couple of laughs and misplaced kicks, Rugby World Cup 2015's light shines as you break through your opponent's defensive line and you send your player crashing over the try line. The light bulb moments in this game are hidden behind the complicated controls, but once you know how to perform a number of certain maneuvers, the gameplay becomes a bit more easier to understand and you start enjoying the game. The fun doesn't last though, because the game offers minimal game modes, and winning the same tournament over and over and over again is not as satisfying as winning it for the first time. Rugby has always been a sport with complicated rules, and how referees apply those rules has also been highly debatable. Rugby World Cup 2015 seems to have fallen into that trap, especially in the breakdown area, where a mistimed swing of the right analog stick sees the referee awarding a penalty to your opponent. I should say that the game's AI is pretty intelligent, because whenever the referee has given advantage to either side and it seems as if that advantage wasn't applied, the gameplay goes back to the original foul. The game's commentators Miles Harris and Stuart Barnes from time to time also highlight some of the referee's dubious decisions, but they will also highlight your ill discipline in the breakdown area. All the aspects that rugby has to offer as a sport are found in Rugby World Cup 2015, but it gets predictable at times. The game's artificial intelligence will immediately kick the ball out after a restart, setting up a line out, and this happens quite consistently, and it takes the little bit of fun that's left in the game away. I must say that graphics wise, it's not as refined as other sports games that are on the market, and the South African side looks more transformed than the current team that's playing in England. Rugby World Cup 2015 is fun to play with friends, and it's not the best sports game to play when you are by yourself. It's let down by the minimal gameplay that doesn't let you fully discover what the game has to offer, because after 6 consecutive wins, it's all over and you have to start the World Cup tournament all over again. Rugby World Cup 2015 gets a 4 out of 10 from me, and its few light bulb moments will give fans of the sport something to smile about. Rugby World Cup 2015 is also available across all platforms. Hit me up on www.idiotsguidetogaming.wordpress.com. Let me know what you think of Rugby World Cup 2015, and you can also let me know who you think is going to win this year's Rugby World Cup. Judging by South Africa's start, the odds are stacked against them. You can also hit me up on Twitter at the Idiot's Guide to Gaming on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Just search for the Idiot's Guide to Gaming on Facebook. My name is Super Dave, and this is the Idiot's Guide to Gaming.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Idiot's